the employees I supervise, because they're part of me. And notice how the identification of self now includes something more, right? So now I protect myself, and I protect my country, and I protect my values, and I protect those like me. But at this level, I still have a strong sense of other. Do you see that? Right? This is what Mark was talking about. It's me and them
For me,
at this level.
I protect everything I love.
Everything
And
I love.
everything else is...
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Right, my
That's good, I like that.
My community. At this level, and I want you to notice this, at this level, actually, and there's a lot more subtlety in this in terms of the relationship of how we have separated from nature and we're reintegrating into nature. Because at low, really earlier levels of development, we had not emancipated from nature. But at this level of development, we're kind of emancipated from nature. Nature is a little bit of an other. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Right? So I have to protect myself against nature. Like, nature's harsh. It's tough. It's been difficult. It's been hard for us to survive with nature. Does that make sense? So I build a house, and I build structures, I make myself comfortable, and I keep it out. Do you feel that? Okay, cool.
Is this sort of like the human-centered protector?
Yes. Human-centered protector.
I was having a hard time making it not everything.
So let me, because what happens is when you develop, when you move to world-centric, you often exclude this level. So let's think for a moment. How do you feel about Al-Qaeda? Worse. Worse. They attacked your buildings. They attacked your White House. They killed your own people.
I feel skeptical.
I root for him.
I feel skeptical.
Okay.
Because I really don't.
I do, I'm sorry.
Okay, but who's speaking? Let's notice who's speaking and how quickly we jump out of this identification. Okay, because this is one of the things in our community is that we won't stay and identify with the reality of this level of development. Like, how do you feel in relation? If you're really at this level of development, ethnocentric protector, I'm going to fucking kill them. That's how strong it is.
They're not part of my community.
They're not part.
It makes them an it, and you can kill an it.
That's right. And I do.
I feel that way about like Bush and the Bush administration. Someone asked me about that.
Okay, great. Fair enough. Maybe it's the same energy. Let's notice it's the same energy.
Same with environmental.
It's a really strong self and other. So position yourself wherever you feel comfortable in terms of being able to see who the other is that you want to attack because they don't share your values. That's the main thing. Okay? Got it? But it's the same mentality.
Is there a difference between not sharing your values and actually attacking your people?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's levels of intensity and justification of hatred.
Yeah. But what I always notice when I'm training people is that most people who come to Integral are at either world or cosmic centric. And they fail to want to include this recognition in their own being. This level of consciousness is the most troublesome level of consciousness we deal with on the planet. And until we get really clear in ourselves what it is and how to work with it and who we are at this level, we're not going to be able to help. We can't just go past it. Does that make sense to everybody?
My ethnocentric protector.
Yeah, I, as the ethnocentric protector.
Me. Connects with Al Qaeda. Like, they hold my values. So she mentioned the George Bush thing. So that's where I am the ethnocentric protector. I want to protect them from us, from this country.
Okay, so I identify with Al Qaeda more than I do with the United States.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
that's the value.
That works. Yeah.
I share that, but
isn't it
an
interesting?
example
Just
that
notice.
would work.
Yeah.
Example that might work for you is, for me here with Mormons, I put them as the outside, and then I protect myself from them. I just kind of discount them. And this was actually something that really spoke to me last night, was when you said, we just X out pages of our past. Well, I feel like I X'd out a lot even from my present by living here. I just discount them. They're nothing to me. I mean, this is horrible. I work totally among them.
But again, I don't want to judge it because I want to give you a place.
Okay, yeah. So I just kind of, I totally make them the other. They're not real.
That's what I, well, yeah, because they attack my values.
Mhm.
They don't support me. They're different than I am. I don't believe in their
They put me
systems.
down. They think
They're
I'm
busy
evil.
doing what they need to do in the world, and I'm busy doing what I need to do. And it's not something we can work out. At this level of consciousness, it's not something we can work out. So we just have to feel that. And I like that you guys stretched it in terms of, okay, I'm going to locate myself with Al-Qaeda, or I'm going to locate myself in relationship to Bush. But it's just the same. It's us and them. And the thing is, we have to recognize the wisdom side of it, right? The structures that are in place, the whole culture, the belief systems that have arisen. All the great religious traditions grew up out of this, at this level of consciousness. They all emerged at this level of consciousness. They're really powerful structures that hold people and contain people and create culture. And there, it's in an adversarial relationship with anything that's different.
It
That's
allows
just
us
what
to
it is.
survive.
And it's allowed us to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
As the ethnocentric protector, I have a very hard time getting fired up about anything. And I'm viewing this as when I was truly at work for Tom, as a teenager especially.
Yeah, great.
Looking back on what I did at that time feels like it was more, I was helping him search for an identity, and I feel like a lot of my work was false, and so I don't feel I have anyone I'm really working for. Like it's, like you mentioned Al-Qaeda, I'm kind of like, okay, they're over there, but whatever, I'm not really fired up about it.
Yeah, because I'm not actually speaking to the protector. I'm speaking to another voice that isn't the protector, and I don't know who it is exactly. It may be the voice that's separated from the ethnocentric protector, but hasn't located himself at a new level, possibly. So let's just keep going. Allow me now to speak to the world-centric protector. The world-centric. All right, who am I speaking to?
World-centric protector.
Oh, you have a big job. What's your job?
To protect the world.
Okay, so do you protect Al-Qaeda?
Absolutely.
And do you protect George Bush?
Absolutely.
But truly, you also have to protect the world from.
Yes, sure, absolutely.
George
It's a
Bush
both and. This is the complexity of
So-
this is the complexity of you. It's a both and. It really is, right? I protect the whole. I'm aware of the whole, right? I haven't yet gone to a cosmic centric level, which different things are going to be revealed when we get there, and I don't quite know how to do it. I have to protect the environment, and yet I do care about jobs, and I do care about people in the rainforest being able to make a living. You know, it's like all that complexity is very real for me at this level, right? Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I hear what you're saying about the world-centric protector, but I feel like my world-centric protector still thinks that there are certain people that are just evil fuckers.
Yeah.
And they're not going to stop being evil fuckers, even if I believe in a global community.
Here's the way that we sometimes talk about it that could be helpful, is that at a world-centric level, I realize that there is a spiral of development, and there are people in the world who are holding really very powerful us and them destructive energy. And I'm not going to be naive about how that energy has to be dealt with. And we may have to communicate and do things at a certain level that isn't my preference in order to protect the whole. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you want to say anything about that? I know you have strong feelings about it.
No, just maybe it's a parentheses, which is that the Dalai Lama is thought to be kind of a deep world-centric person, right? I think that's fair. So, you know, in a long discussion with him, he said that one of the things he said to me that people misunderstand about him is that he thinks that he's a pacifist. He said he's absolutely not a pacifist. He believes there needs to be an army in the world. That army needs to deploy violence, right, in order to sometimes deal with what needs to be dealt with. He believes
to protect a higher value.
He believes that there should be one army instead of many. And so that, I think that kind of holds your perspective. So I'm just going to offer you that from a person who's kind of really holding that position, right? It's not a naive position. It's a world-centric position, which allows for that space that you just held.
Okay.
And parentheses.
Cool.
Although I would call that a police force instead of an army.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe
Fair enough.
so.
But a world police force.
Yeah,
Police
because
force.
police force protect us from the bad in ourselves, whereas armies protect us from them.
Yeah, right. Armies are ethnocentric nation to nation.
Well, you want to say something?
Right.
No, it made me think of the movie Team America.
Police.
No, it's not scary at all.